Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Rush in the building, holding it down with the Labudo Network. Right now, promoting my side hustle, Rush Enterprise. If you're in the state of New Jersey, you need armed guards or unarmed guards, call up my business line and I'll line it up. The bigger the contract, the more money we make together, you heard? Yo, today I got both my special guests with me. I got my co-host with me, Fame. And I got my ace SJ in the building, man. Salute, salute, salute. Yo, today we're gonna go over the movie Proposal. We're gonna break it down to a single molecule. You heard? Talk to him,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, you picked this movie. I was like, this movie, he wasn't sipping. I watched the movie. I was like, why did they pick this one? This is one of the good ones.
Man, he was simping a little bit. Cause I'll say in the beginning how she was like treating him like shit and stuff, and he was like tolerating that.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate, that was his job. He was her assistant, so I wouldn't call that simping because he was, even though she treated him like a pet.
Well, cause man, he came from all that money too, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of weird, man. But I picked this one for the other messages in the movie, man, because I think it's funny. You know how we be talking about like they had the propaganda in there, like pretty much the female like
Oh, okay.
delay life.
Boss lady.
She chases the career, and then it's almost
Oh,
like she could
career
cash
woman.
out in the end. So
Yeah, that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I
thinking
kind of got
about.
out of this movie and stuff.
Yeah, the independent, career driven woman.
But hey, let me give some of the background, some of the technical stuff, because I like what you're doing on the last one, Fame, when we kicked it off. So I dug up some stuff real quick, and then we'll jump into the breakdowns, what we think.
Oh, no
So
problem.
the proposal is a 2009 American romantic comedy film directed by Ann Fletcher and written by Peter Sorelli. So the plot on this movie is when New York editor Margaret faces deportation, she convinces her assistant Andrew to marry her in return for protection. However, when she visits his hometown, it changes her life in many ways. So the cast on this movie is Sandra Bullock as Margaret Tate, and she's the editor in chief. You got Ryan Reynolds in here as Andrew Paxton. Margaret's pretty much assistant. Then you got Malin Ackerman as Gertrude, that was Andrew's ex-girlfriend. Craig T.
Mhm.
Nelson as Joe Paxton, Andrew's father, who was kind of mean to him and stuff. And then you got Mary Steenburgen as Grace Paxton, Andrew's mother, and Betty White was Annie Paxton, Andrew's grandmother. So that was just some of the main, I'll say, characters in there.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just wanted to give some background before we jump in there.
great. Yeah, we gotta give it the proper movie review
Yeah,
treatment.
no doubt. So
But
before we jump into these different perspectives, man, I Rush had us give a rating 1 through 10, man. So what y'all rating on this?
I'll give it
Uh,
about, for a rom com. I give it about, because it was good, but it wasn't great. Like it was entertaining. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about a
uh,
7.1. Oh my bad, Rush.
I'm gonna give it a five. Um,
That's average though.
yeah, I mean it's an average film. Like this film was more of this was a, like a 100% hands down chick flick, and I'm not really into chick flicks. But the reason why I watched the film and want to break down this particular film, because you guys wanted to go over this film, so yeah, it's an average film. Like there was a lot of cringy moments within that film too that had me like, damn, it's a chick flick. But overall, it was a decent film.
So
I
let me ask
disagree.
you, Rush. Oh, well, go ahead.
I disagree with it being a chick flick. I don't think it was a chick flick. I think it was just a basic rom com. Chick flicks is like the Notebook.
Yeah, I agree with Fame on it because this one was kind of funny. But let me ask you
And
real
I
quick,
mean,
Rush.
yeah, yeah,
Did
go
you think
ahead.
Homeboy was a simp in this movie?
Nah, he was actually sucker free.
You
Yeah,
think
I was
so?
He
about
was
to
sucker
say.
free. Yeah.
I think he kept it player. Cause you see, even when she was sorry from the beginning of the movie, when she had the she tried to force him into marrying her so she can get her green card, whatever. He made her get on her knees and propose to him
Yeah, and
properly.
not only that, he negotiated to for her to force him to become an editor for the
Yeah,
for that
he made
particular
it.
company.
He made it on his terms.
And that's not the only thing that made him sucker free. What made him sucker free on a real tip is how he didn't take the easy way out to inherit the riches from his father.
We can get to that later, though, Russ. That's toward the end.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta give y'all Negroes some pushback, man. I want to go as far as to say he's a simp, because he wasn't, like y'all said, he did do some things that was like, you know what, man, let me switch the balance, let me get a little bit of leverage. But I mean, my man fell in love without even smelling the coochie. I gotta gig him on that. Yeah, my man went head over heels.
I'm gonna give you some pushback on that, man. Like it how they end up, even though this whole thing was a scam, the whole thing was a scam, but by hanging out with each other and opening up with each other, they organically started liking each other, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which I thought that was pretty interesting within the film.
Yeah, it was a very thin line though, because it was leading that way. Now, if he would have, the whole movie would have been like how he was at the beginning when she was treating him like a pet assistant, then that would have been simping. But once he made it on his terms, after he was like pissed off, he's like, because she was forcing him to, in all of that, like the whole beginning he was simping, but once she forced it on him, he was like, nah, we can go to jail and all this other stuff. That he's like, nah, and he made it on his terms, or he's gonna walk away. That's when everything changed.
Okay. Nah, because I do agree, man. He did flip the scene. It was just like, my man literally fell in love in like a weekend. Like I knew they got to know each other, but I'm like, damn, what type of dude? Like my man was head over heels about to stop the airplane type love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But you know, the movie's only 2 hours, so they gotta
they gotta go over the top.
They gotta make it quick. But they should have made it longer. They should have like made it a couple days or something like that. They made it strictly a weekend. Yeah,
they messed up on that part, like you said, just because of the weekend and making them fall head over heels like that. Yeah,
they should have said like a month, like put that in somewhere in the movie, like a month in or something like that.
So we're gonna start from the beginning. So the beginning, like he was definitely on some like sucker shit though.
Yeah. He was.
I understand he wanted to get the job and kind of separate from his family. He didn't want to be like what they call those kids that inherit all the money and stuff. So he didn't want to kind of go down that path. So I definitely give him some credit for that, like Rush was talking about. But for him to take that job, because she was just cold up in that office, cussing everybody out and shit. She had my man running everywhere, so fetching coffee and stuff. So yeah, he definitely. I guess that's the stuff you got to do to break through in the industry.
Yeah, but she was treating him like a pet.
Yeah.
Like I agree that he would have went like that route the whole movie, then he would definitely be a sucker. But I think he was doing that just to keep his job because he was an assistant. So that's the reason I give him the benefit of the doubt, because it was his job to do that.
But do y'all think that's kind of because don't get me wrong, man. I know when you got to get your money, you got to break in. Could y'all ever see yourself like doing some assistant type shit?
Not to that extent. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it, man. I think somebody talk to me crazy like that. I'm like, nah, this ain't funny.
Rush, you think you would go be fetching some coffee and stuff?
I mean,
it's not about the getting the coffee. It's just the way she was like demanding of him.
Like not all of us start off as bosses, we have to start somewhere, So when you're interning, you fetching people coffee and, what I mean?
Post that picture right there, Russ. You're holding the coffee. You can see the boss babe mentality right there. You can just see it in her holding the coffee.
Hold on. You want me to pull this one up first, or?
Yeah, since we on that, career type woman boss right there.
Can y'all see it good?
Yeah, it's up there.
All right.
But yeah, right there, that signifies the whole boss babe.
Yeah,
she was like the embodiment of that shit on this movie.
At the beginning, but he softened her up and brought her back down to reality. And I think his family, once she saw, we can get to that later, but once she saw that he had money and stuff, her everything changed.
Oh, you think it was because she saw their name on everything? She was like, "Oh shit, like, let me give this motherfucker a shot."
Yeah, but you could tell, right? Look at her face. Like she was just stuck up. The career driven woman stuck up, her nose in the air, think she's better than everybody.
Yeah, because she came out the gate, man. She had the entitlement. You know what I'm saying?
The whole staff didn't like her. The whole staff was scared of her and they didn't like her.
Yeah, because you remember my man, he was like emailing her, he'd be like, "Man, she about to leave. Like she coming." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they were shook.
Nah, yo, he, on the email was mad funny. He's like, "Yo, the witch is coming with a broom." And I was like, yo, man, that shit was mad funny, man.
No, I'm not gonna lie. We had a lot of funny parts. You got to shout out, rest in peace to Betty White. I think she was the best thing in this movie.
Oh, you talking about the old lady, right?
Yeah, Betty White, man, legend in the game.
Yeah,
she's always hilarious. Anything she plays, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had, man, for this movie, I think they had a good acting cast because, yeah, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, man, definitely solid actors and actresses, man. So, and then, like you said, Betty White and stuff. So, yeah, I thought it was a good movie, but like you said, man, I think it was definitely heavy on the message was like, man, the typical career driven. She just put everything going like hold. You know, so you saw that playing out in her life. It just kind of made her cold, man. Like she treated everybody like shit.
Yeah.
So
but it changed up towards the end. We can speak on that later, though. I'm gonna talk on that. But yeah, the funny part too, when she fired the Indian guy, and he was pacing. He was pacing through the office, like thinking about coming at her, and he just broke.
Yeah, my man came out in the hallway, cussed her out. I was like, oh shit. She was like, don't do it. But she cussed him out, man. But you know, towards the middle of the movie, you remember she was like telling him, she was like, hey man, after he did kind of do that, I went and cried and stuff. So it showed like she did have some sentimental moments and stuff. She just, I guess, man, for external appearances, she was like, man, I gotta always be cold and stuff. So I think she felt like, man, if I'm in this like leadership role, I always gotta be like heartless and cold. So, you know, it's kind of funny, man, because like when guys are talking about it, they're like, man, you know, when the women step in the roles, they got to kind of like adapt those masculine traits and stuff. So, yeah, that's why I thought she was like, this was a good movie to talk about because she was the embodiment of all that stuff. Postponed her whole life. I think she even said in the movie, she was like, man, I ain't getting no like, I ain't getting no dick in like a year and a half or something. He was like, what?
Yeah, you know? She said that. Yeah, she said that's crazy. Yeah, I think this review it would be more so towards her, though, the career-driven woman, than the man. Like Pretty Woman was about the man being a simp. I think this is more so for the woman.
What you saying? Like women they got to be cautious about going down this path.
Yeah, it really hardens you. Because like you said, she had to be that role as the example of the boss to all of them.
Yeah, it's just, man, I think, man, you got to have balance in life. I think that's the key thing where, like you said, when she started getting around the family and stuff, you know, it softened her up. Yeah,
it softened her up.
So it's like, man, you could definitely be, you know, career driven, but, you know, don't do it to the extent where you kind of lose yourself. And I think that's what they were trying to definitely paint in this movie. So, yeah, you're right. It's definitely towards the females. But, man, as far as men, would you say like a guy pursuing this type of female that's way over the top on the extreme like she was, would you recommend men like even mess with a female like that? One of those boss chicks?
Depends on you gotta be very masculine. You gotta be very masculine, because other than that, she's gonna walk all over you.
I mean, I don't recommend no dude to deal with that type of female because it's just especially if you're like especially if you're a dude that's assertive, it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like she is also like, you know, masculine and, you know, career driven and all that. So yeah, it just wouldn't be a good match if you're assertive. If you're a male that's real assertive, you know what I mean?
I think it's the opposite, Rush. Because I think a man like that will soften her up. I mean, that's if you.
In real life, these women are not cool like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a film, you know what I mean? So they had to water down this brutal character from this female, but in real life, man, you don't want to deal with a female that's career driven like that, man. It's just wasting your time, bro.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be a first option, but I think there's situations where you could.
Well, Famous, do you think? Because I'm like you, I don't mind females that have careers, but like on the crazy side, yeah, I couldn't mess with it because it does turn into a competition thing. But Famous, you think maybe you're looking at it because you do got some game and stuff like.
Yeah, she wouldn't do that. Like a woman like that wouldn't be that way towards me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're probably looking at it from that perspective, which it makes sense. But like for the regular guy that's out here that ain't got no charisma and shit, yeah, she'll run all over him.
Yeah, that's why I said you have to be a masculine type man because you can't. If she bringing her work home like that, then no, you can't do it. Because if she won't do it, a guy like me, it won't work.
Pull up, Stan. Yeah, but the regular guy, she'll definitely run. She'll be treating her boyfriend like the assistant. So like you said, Famous, like if they ain't got no backbone and
you're gonna be walking.
She'll run all over him. So I agree with Rush on that. Like the average dude, he gotta sidestep that one.
Yeah, she gonna treat him like she treated Andrew in the beginning as the assistant, like a pet.
But it was funny, man, because like until y'all started talking about the propaganda in movies, I never really like looked at movies that way. But in every movie, it seems like regardless what prototype that they are, man, it always ends up working out for the females. So I definitely see why like a lot of females have that fairy tale mindset, man. Because the more and more I'm looking at movies, I'm like, damn, y'all went out in any situation. Yeah,
that's propaganda, but good writers make it work though. When you have a good writer, that's a movie's supposed to have a meaning to it. So that's a good thing.
You don't think that it's corrupting their minds though, man?
Certain movies, yes. certain movies, yes. They really fall into the trap of believing it.
Okay.
Yo, Rush, pull up the one in the office when she is a picture of her and him in the office when she first forced him into marrying her.
Give me a
yeah, that's some shit. Now I like that one. I don't know about. Could you do that for your boss?
What possibly marry her?
No, she forces you into marriage. she tells you like right then and there, like y'all we're married. Do you go with it? Nah. Would you go with it to keep your job?
Nah.
I don't know, but she had a good point though, my nigga. Cause she was getting hit. She was schooling a nigga, right? She was telling old boy, like, yo, listen, man, if old boy becomes the editor, right? She was letting them know, like, yo, you cook, my nigga, because soon as she get in power, you gonna lose your job. So you might as well marry me for you to be able to hold on to your job and become editor. You know what I mean? So he thought about it, then he was like, oh yeah, what is wrong? Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the risk in that though.
I just thought I wouldn't want to play around with marriage like that.
Yeah, I want to fake a marriage. That's what I said.
But it is low risk because she did have some bread, so I might have, I would have jumped on my homosexual shit. Be like, look, let's make this work. I ain't signing no prenup. I would have been like one of them gold digger chicks. Yeah. So in his,
like old boy is caked out anyway. So that's not even something that he needed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I like looking from his perspective. It's like, somebody's like forcing you, demanding you. So it's like, man, all right, I do want an editor job, but man, I ain't trying to do it under duress. So yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah, you right.
Yo, pull up the next scene when he made her propose.
Okay, give me a sec.
I think that's when the shift changes quick, because after that, it was like he was the boss and everything was on his terms. Yeah, after they came from the office with the what was it? The guy that they told him he was married and they said he was telling them the risk and everything.
Yeah, he was like, man, make that happen. He was
like, he right here, he about to walk away from it all. He's like, listen, give me the proper proposal or it's over.
Yeah, so he definitely. This is the where the power dynamic somewhat shift, where he was feeling himself. He's like, all right, she desperate. You know,
Yeah,
you about to
after this was a
get
wrap.
sent back to Canada. So he was like,
Yeah, he knew he had power now. He was like, nope. Did you need me? So after that part, and then he made her carry her own stuff out the boat and all of that.
So famous. Would you have like took this deal though? Like if she's coming at you like that and stuff.
Nah, I'm not gonna fake. I'm not gonna fake a marriage and do all this. And they gotta ask them questions and all that, and they can risk 5 years in prison and all that. I wouldn't do it. And plus, he had money already. Hell no. His pops was trying to give him the business. I wouldn't do that.
All right, say you was
Just didn't
like
have
a broke motherfucker. And you ain't have all that to fall back on. Would that change your mindset then? Because yeah, if I was like come up and my pockets was tight, I might take this deal, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He had to. Dang, I would. Like you said, I wouldn't play a marriage like that. But
I wouldn't play with them vows like that either, my nigga.
you gotta fake a marriage and do all of that. I gotta find a new job and work my way back. I don't think I can do it. This other job, man. This other thing.
I might take the deal, fellas. I might be cashing out.
Yeah, I don't think I could fake marry somebody I don't want. And he said he hated her. He really didn't even like her like that.
Nah,
at the beginning. I couldn't do it, man. Fake them. You got to pretend. You got to go through. Nah, man. They had to do too much. There's other jobs. He can work his way back up.
I think y'all full of shit. I think both of y'all will be in the same boat with me, man. All three of us would be at like brunch while they at work.
That's funny.
I don't know. It'd be tricky.
Talk about this the good life. We be sitting back there like them housewives, but like, hey man, that was the best decision I've ever made in my life, man. Hand me some of that avocado toast.
But just for a position, though, it wasn't even no bread in it. He was just for a position, just to keep a job. Nah, I can't do it, bro.
Nah, she was gonna bump him up because like he was an assistant, but he wanted to, because he was gonna write the book and all that, so he wanted to become the editor and stuff. So
yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but I got to think about that one on the spot like that. I don't think I would do it just on the spot like he did. Nah, he didn't even think about it. She forced him into it. Like it wasn't like she made him do it. Like there won't be no thing where she makes me do it. I got to think about it. Like she can ask me. But she literally just told him that, yeah, you're gonna get married to me.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely would have took the deal because she had no kids. she put the coochie on timeout, on hold. That shit been off the market for 2 years. Yeah, I would. She got bread. That's a no lose situation. I'm like, man, let's make this happen. I got a wax though. That would have been part of the deal. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to dust that off though. We gotta make this official. What about you, Stan? Am I tripping? Would you have took the deal?
Yeah, it was already too late. You know why? It was too late. They already went to immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what was going to happen to him, right? It was like there's going to be a fine, and you're going to jail for 5 years.
Yeah. So she forced him into it. It was a wrap. Like at that part, he has to do it now.
Yeah.
But Stan, you would have went down that path though?
Not with my boss, no. Nah.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not faking a marriage. I can't fake like somebody. Yeah. Nah. And take that risk.
Yeah, it never goes well with those type of marriages. Allegedly, I plead the fifth. I might know some people.
This sounds like a personal story, Stan.
I've seen some things. It doesn't go well when that happens, unless you have kids.
Yeah, but this is not a situation where they have anything together. That's his boss. They ain't have no relationship prior to that, or nothing romantic at least.
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless there's kids, because unless you got receipts from the relationship, aka kids, put a baby inside, make receipts. It doesn't work well.
Yeah, but at that point, it's somebody you actually have history with, and you actually probably like. If you have kids with them, and you probably.
Yeah, but the babies and the family melting and all the other stuff helps, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't, and especially where we're at now with immigration wise, you can't even come to this country. It's like your kid could come. Like we all have wives outside of America. Our kids could come to America, but not the wives.
Yeah. ICE. So you think ICE is gonna get her anyway? If this was now?
Oh, compared
Yeah,
to us now,
now
she's
yeah,
white.
she would have been screwed, but
Nah, she white. She could have like done something else. Get a student visa. Like she could. She's a white woman, but the thing about it, like she's so dismissive, like you guys said. Like the crazy part about this movie compared to another movie 10 years ago where there was like Working Girl, where like you had to everybody strive to go ahead and get these high powered jobs. And then you see it the other way around where now the female boss runs everything and there's no compassion and everybody's scared of her and she's like the new bully. I mean, my God, it just like, whoa, role reversals.
yeah, because this came out in 2009. You can even tell, man, like this was an older film because, man, even her bosses was cool with like the fraternization. They're like, oh yeah, y'all go ahead and get married. Nowadays, boy, that shit would have been on EEO complaints.
Yo.
They would have had them in the office like, we gotta let y'all go. Like,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I was have people
yeah,
go ahead and like they would have reported to HR.
yeah, they would have been up out of there.
But what saved his butt was that he was able to send that the text in the email, like to send it to like everybody, so they knew like, okay, you on our side, but like you're now marrying the boss. Like how you kept this a secret, but it's like okay.
Yeah. I think y'all full of shit. I definitely would do it though.
You wouldn't.
I think y'all suckers, man. I think
Nah,
y'all miss. I'll be like Kevin Federline.
No, man, that's different, right? That's like, yo, like if you mess with that type of boss, that's fine. But this type of boss, this is the era of movies where it's alpha females and beta males. Because remember, there was like a whole bunch of movies like this. There's a whole line where the women were in control and like the men were like subpar.
Shit, that's like every rom-com.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now the rom-com is like, oh, he was married and she didn't treat him well, and that's where she, went to get him. It's not cheating. It's just,
So you're saying like they're making her like a hero or something?
If you look at certain movies, yeah, man, yeah.
I think even in this movie, she was the hero because you see him trying to chase her at the end.
Yeah, you know why?
Oh, that's a good point. Famous, yeah. They made her like she stepped away and because he was still willing to go. He was like, nah, I'm good, man. He was like, hey, listen. She was like, I can't do it to you guys. You guys are a great family. He's got work ethic like
happened,
you.
Right? You see how that happened. You took out the environment. You put her in somewhere in Alaska where she had to learn how to make some biscuits.
Exactly. See, I told you that humble. I told you what I told you. When once that the shift changed, she became humble. He softened her. Once she came to Alaska, she wasn't on that boss babe stuff no more. Especially when she started getting jealous of the other girl. When she saw him talking to the other girl, and it's like, damn.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yo, you want me to pull that up?
Yeah, pull that up.
Yeah, pull up first before we get to that. Pull up when they was on the boat, when they was getting there, because that's the first time she saw the house on that boat with the family.
Hold on.
But also, that showed up with the family and living in Alaska. Like it showed, like at that time, even still currently, like if you move out of mainstream America, your dollar could go far enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't like they were in like San Jose or someplace in Florida or like the Upper West Side of New York, right? It was just like they're in Alaska. And a lot of times places that we don't want to move, like the Midwest or Alaska, your money could go far and you can live a good lifestyle.
Especially with the money his family had.
Mm-hmm. She saw the grandma, the mother.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she can breathe. If I didn't know better, this could have been a Hallmark movie.
It could have been. It could have been. You're right. That's what it felt like. That's why I said it's like an average rom. That's why I said it wasn't too great. It was just a fun movie, like an average movie, rom-com.
Yeah.
See, this is the scene. This scene right here is when they first pulled up to the house, whatever. And Betty White kind of humbled her too, because when she was so she act like she was so impressed and everything. You see how Betty White gave her that look?
Yeah. Because when she started seeing, like you said, she started seeing everything. Like, damn, like you know, because he was always humble. He ain't never said anything. You know, he doing all that shit for the job. And then when she started seeing like the names on all the businesses, and she saw the house and shit, because you remember they had like the American flag in the front. She was like, man, y'all like the Kennedys out here and shit. So yeah, she was like, oh, okay, this motherfucker humble and stuff.
And it bossed him up.
Yeah, and then he did do some critical stuff, man. So like I said, even though they had a prototype for the career women, it showed how he turned them tides, like you were saying, Famous. Like he was like, man, grab your own damn bags. He was like, look, you on my terrain now, like Stan was saying. Like he done took her to Alaska, definitely secluded like a motherfucker. When you gotta catch a boat trip to get there, yeah, you definitely on some like new terrain.
Yeah, I like how they directed this too, because they directed it exactly like that. Because she became the assistant and he became the boss once they got to Alaska. She had to do for him.
Yeah, because that's not her environment. So everything she learned, like being in a big city, it doesn't run here. It does not. It doesn't work.
It really humbled her.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think the other piece that he did that was good in this movie. Yeah, so y'all right, man. He wasn't no simp. Because yeah, he definitely he kind of G-checked her. He was like making it seem like he ain't even want her. Like he had no interest. Because I know we're gonna get there, but the shower scene where they came out naked, he was all grossed out. He was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that part though.
That took a little too far. She's the vein. That's. You ever been the assistant to a horrible boss? And that happened to me twice. It's not good. You just like you wish death, but you figure out you there for a biblical moment that you have to protect everybody else.
Yeah, that's why I think he's seen that. I think that whole time he was trying to get back at her for the way she treated him, you know, in the office and stuff. So that's what he was doing. He looked kind of mad, like he got to go through with this. He didn't really want to do it.
No, because if all else fails, he's going to go to jail, right?
Yeah.
His parents are going to bail him out. He's going to have to leave the city and go back to Alaska. I mean, this is the part of, I'll say, us as Americans, right? Collective us. It shows like, you know, even though our parents could do well, we still want to strike things on our own. And that's all another thing of America, right? We don't want to go into a family business and but we want to do things our own and support another business. It never made any sense to me. You have a family like this, you have all this access, you could build your own publishing house.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Yo, pull that up. While we on that topic, pull that up, Rush, with him and his father.
All right, bet. Hold on.
I think that's a good topic to go on right now.
Yeah, so it had the message in there also, like you're saying, like he didn't want none of that like entitlement.
Yeah, he didn't want, but bro, you got to keep the family business going. Like you can.
I would have been at the crib. I ain't gonna lie to you.
His father, Camille Rush talk about this too. His father's handing him everything, like trying to give him the I think his father was right, but he wanted even though he wanted to do his own thing. Why can't he still do his own thing and have the family business? That's what I didn't get. Like you have a better chance of doing your own thing now that you have the business.
Nah, I think the reason why he want to take the deal with his pops is because he wanted to forge his own destiny. He's one of those type of white boys that be like, yo, man, I got it on my own, man. I ain't get it from the merit of my father. That's the vibe I was getting from this film. I mean,
but I think he would have came. Yeah, I think he would have came back, man. If his dad, I think his dad was one of them dudes, though, man. It's almost like a no-win situation. Say, like, if he would have stayed and ran the company, his dad was like, well, I handed it all to you. So I think that's where he knew his dad's personality. Like, yeah, nah, let me go out here, get my own shit.
You know the problem with that? There's a problem with that. And now, you know, you guys talk about propaganda. This is one of it, right? It's crazy how you have parents who set you up, but you do this to yourself to where what's the word I'm looking for? It's like
sabotage.
It's not sabotage, like you belittle your whole family by going off and work for somebody else. when you don't have to do it. How many people are looking for jobs after college? Everything is set up for you so you can take care of the family business. Actually, everything you learn in college, you can take the family business a lot further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's see. This is
But
what I'm saying. Go ahead,
go ahead.
Stan. I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Stan. Finish what you're saying.
I said that's the thing about a lot of these American films is this whole thing of like, I need to step out of my parents' shadow. We don't know who you are, nor do we care. Can you go ahead and take over and hire us? Like, why are you fighting for a job where you can be my boss somewhere else and grow the company? That is so American. Like, that's something we do have to fight amongst ourselves. It does not make any sense for us to constantly start at zero. It does not
Yeah.
make you more of a man.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell Rush. I'm like, isn't that the goal to set your kids up? Like, isn't that our goal to do that?
I understand where he coming from, though. I'm not saying it was the best decision that he made not to take his father's olive branch. Nah, I think he should have, but I understand where he's coming from. You got some people that just want to do their own thing and forge their destiny themselves, not because of the merit of their father. You know what I'm saying? So I understood from that character's perspective on why he didn't want to take over his father's business, man. He wanted to do his own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wanted to do that, but I think it's deeper than that. I think he had a resentment towards his father for some reason that they didn't really go deeper. They didn't dive deeper in. But I think it was more than that. I think his father probably never would have been impressed by him, even if he gave him the business.
I think so. I think that's more what it was, man. Like his dad kind of seemed like he complained about everything. And plus,
Yeah.
man, can you imagine just being in an isolated place like that? Because, it's not a ton of people, but you know what I'm saying? So I think that when people grow up in those type of areas, I think they want to get away so bad also because they're like, man, I'm burnt out.
I'm rich. Fuck that.
No, this is another movie with that
up,
too.
I'm rich. I can go to Canada. I can go to New York. I mean, you in Alaska. You go to California for the weekend. You rich. What we talking about?
So you said you would have took that job, huh? Dad would have been like, hey, I'm handing this to Stan with like,
peace. Yeah.
As long as it's not in Florida, I can't go back to Florida. That's Jurassic Park. I just can't.
Stop lying.
Hell yeah. That's what they got. Bro, you see the gators? They got the gators on the beach now in Florida.
Yeah, because somebody went ahead and got the Cuban alligators, so now they're at the beach because Cuban alligators could be in salt water.
Hey, so let me ask y'all though. Oh, my bad. Yeah, go ahead. Now I was gonna say, man, do y'all think his ex in this movie was kind of like ain't shit? Because when she was telling the story, when she was talking to Sandra Bullock in the movie and stuff, she was like, yeah, he's a real good guy. He had all these like ambitions and stuff, and he wanted me to come with him to New York and stuff, and she was like, nah, I ain't want to go. So you think she was?
Yeah. This is another reason why I say he kept it player. Because guess what? He wanted to be with her, and he offered her to come with him to New York or whatever. She said no. And guess what? He left her.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
He's
yeah,
like, okay, you don't want to go. That's your choice. I'm out.
But when she comes, that's the thing, right? She wanted the life in Alaska. She wanted that life in Alaska. She don't want to go to the city.
Yeah, right? That's another thing. Yeah, she's a hometown girl, and she's proud to be from Alaska, and she knows his family and everything. So she wanted that type of life. I agree. Yeah. I agree, but she should have went with him.
For what? What's going to happen? You go to the city, you stay together for 1 year, then something happens, then y'all break up, and now every weekend or every 3 days, your feet is meeting your ear while you getting pounded away by New Yorkers. She ain't miss out.
Stan got no faith in those big city relationships.
She ain't miss. What she miss out on? Now she gonna stay in a 1-bedroom apartment if she lucky, and then you know what I'm saying? What she going? The first child is probably gonna be black. The second child is gonna be Puerto Rican. and then she meet a man that take her to upstate New York who's white, and then she got the rest of her children.
God damn, that was vivid. So I think she was wrong, man.
Because we seen it before.
I think it was just messed up how she like didn't go with him. So that's fine, like you said, because I do understand like some people like city people. But then she kind of show up. Like she definitely wanted him though. When he was like showed up, she was like, "Shit, let me try to squeeze in here and stuff."
Yeah,
She ain't
what
want
she
that
wanna
bad
do is
though.
like remind him of like the city life is not all that cracks up to be while I'm still here. And also she saw the competition. When you see your competition, the goal is to squash the competition. Be
So
nice
you think
about
she
it.
was like, "Look at her old ass over here. She can't compete with me."
Also,
I
like,
think-
hey, I'm
I think-
familiar.
Yeah. But I think they both was in competition because once Sandra Bullock saw her, she was threatened by her.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
got on her best behavior after that point. And I ain't gonna lie to you. She was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, yeah, you know what? Let me get it together. Let me put some effort into this."
Yeah.
Again, environment changes everything. Because nobody
Yeah.
cares about your high-powered job. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it made her small.
Hmm.
But I do think he liked the fact about Sandra Bullock's character, like, you know, she kind of wasn't with him for the money or nothing because she was actually like doing good and stuff. So I think he probably growing up in that town, man, everybody was kissing his family's ass. And so, you know, I think in a way, man, he preferred a woman that really didn't need shit, just, you know, kind of would want him versus like, you know, the name and stuff. Because when you come from money like that in them families, people ain't always like genuine and sincere and shit.
But SJ, how do we know that? Because she didn't ever knew he had money until she saw that when they got off the boat. So how you know she don't want him for his money now?
Because she needed him for the immigration.
Yeah, but she saw him for the
immigration, though.
Well, because she bounced, like, because she could have just like went through with everything and still been self-centered and
she
shit.
did.
So, but she was like, "Nah, y'all good people, man. I can't do that." She confessed to everything, threw herself under the bus, took a little bit of accountability.
Yeah.
So-
and that's another thing. She saw family. I don't think she had that family dynamic like he did.
Nah.
No, because remember she said both her parents were dead.
Yeah. So once she saw that, that's what she wanted. So that really made her fall too for him.
But one thing I did like about the movie, because like I said, there was like two other things, man. Like definitely the self-centered nature of people, especially like females nowadays, I would say, when they're just willing to do anything at cost. So it's like, man, they'll get with the guy, like regardless what happens. So I like how they somewhat capture that. But also, man, like how a lot of females want to get married just for the ceremony. Like, fuck, I don't even like the guy, but hey, I want to go through with the wedding and shit.
Yeah, they want the marriage. They don't want to be wives.
It's all about this. What's
They want the
that
wedding.
circumstance? It's all about being seen, and this your princess. Like it's the goal of every princess is to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like all the females was like, shit, we gonna do this. Like, let's do this before her birthday. They was pushing it along. So yeah, they was all like taking part of the whole festivities, man. So it kind of showed like that whole pressure to like be married also. Because, you know, at first they were like, man, let's chill. We'll just do our thing in a little ceremony or something. But the whole family kind of pushed them to move faster and stuff. So yeah, it's all that. Like, I like how they captured all that shit in the movie.
Also, you know what I
Yeah.
noticed in this movie too? What I enjoyed is seeing the generation of women that talk to Sandra Bullock character. You had Betty White, and then the other actress from Back to the Future. I forgot her name.
She was in Back to the Future. Yo, I gotta watch Back to the Future. Y'all seen all these people.
You should have
Yeah.
said Back to the Future. That's Rush's movie. That shit touched his heart. Rush.
Yes, that was Back to the Future 3. The Wild Wild West.
Oh,
She was a school teacher.
Oh, the trash one.
That was the trash one? That was the class. What are you talking about?
Back to the Future 3?
Yeah.
Man,
That's how Doc met his wife.
I got.
You gotta watch
I gotta-
it. You gotta watch it again.
I watched-
Rush, is that the trash one?
We always debate. Rush don't think none of them are trash.
No, they're all great.
Yeah, all of them are great. But Stan, he's talking about the one with the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, that's number 3. But
Yeah,
that's
number
not
three.
bad.
He's not a big fan of that one.
That was
Nah.
important because Marty had to learn the lesson from his ancestor. It's
Uh,
like,
no. It probably was important, but it wasn't a good film.
oh, it's the best.
Yo,
one.
yo,
It was
Finn,
the best one.
which picture you want me to pull up now?
Well,
Oh shoot.
I was just talking about like the when she had to talk with the women. What's the name of that actress? The one that was the
You talk about the mother.
yeah. That's the one.
She was
came
on
back
40-year-old.
free.
She was the girlfriend on 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Mary Neil Steinbergen, something like that.
Yeah, because she was also
Yeah, she was Steve Carell's girlfriend on
Yeah,
40-Year-Old Virgin.
That's right. Yeah, she's 73 years old, man. She aged well, man. That's a damn. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch Back to the Future, man. Yeah.
Yo, classic film, bro.
yes.
Yeah,
All of
wait. 1 and 2, yeah, 1 and 2, classic. 3, I don't know about that.
3 was perfect, and then you have the cartoon that comes after.
All right, y'all just Back to the Future fanatics then.
Yeah, they in love with
That's
that.
like, cause 3. Listen, the 1 and 2, I'll give you, cause I love those two. But 3, come on now.
Yeah, 3 was important. You have to have 3 though. You can't miss out.
I'm not saying
But
it was
you see,
important.
this is important, right? Because like, if you look at it now, where we at now in the year 2026, grandmothers are not doing this. Grandmothers out there like Cher and Madonna, they got a boo. They care nothing about you. Grandma got a boo.
They got OnlyFans. Yeah, they're not traditional like that.
Grandma's at
They're
the
not
strip
passing.
club.
Yeah, they're not passing down their wedding rings and their wedding gowns and stuff like that. Hell no.
Grandma's passing down their YNs. That's
it. Crazy.
But that dress was terrible. So she had good spirit for even like she was like, I'll wear this because nowadays, man, you would try to pass down a dress like that to one of these females. They'd be like, oh hell nah, we going to David's Bridal. I want some shit that costs like $10,000.
Oh yeah, you're not passing
something
down
like
that.
50 motherfuckers got a drag and shit. So yeah, people ain't even that simple. So this is a good shot actually.
Yeah, but like she tells the story, and that's the thing. Like each woman shares the story about marriage and relationships, which is like now what we get is like, oh, I wish my husband was dead and these kids was away. Can't we just live in a separate household? I just only want the money. I just want to travel. Put me on girls' trip.
Yeah. They don't.
I just want a lavender wedding. I'm like, you just want the man to pay your bills, but you don't want no sex.
Yeah.
Like this is what we at.
Yeah, but they get sex from the man they actually want. They don't marry. Most of the women today don't marry the man they actually want. They marry for resources.
But that's why I think there was a little bit of him being drawn to her, man. Because like I do see what you're saying, Famous. Like she did see that he has some money and stuff, but even before then, she kind of stood on her own and shit. Even though she was mean, but at least she wasn't, caught up in the whole like kind of what Stan was saying, man. Because a lot of people are just cold like that now. I mean, you hear some of these people talk. I'm like, damn, do you even want to get with a dude? Because you like them, at least like them. I'm not saying love is out the question nowadays, but I'm like, man, they cold with it. Like Stan said, they just want somebody to pay the bills and move away and shit.
Don't disrespect me. I could disrespect you. I'm like, what?
Unlike, you see, SJ, unlike our last review when we did Pretty Woman, I don't agree with that relationship at all. But this relationship at the end of this, I agree with this one. This one makes more sense.
Yeah, definitely. Like you could actually see them together. That's what I'm saying. This after she made that pivot.
No, Pretty Woman also a classic. They did belong together.
You out your
He fought for her. He fought for her, and she and they just it was like Lady and the Tramp in reverse. It was Lady and the Tramp.
Stan Wildin.
He's tripping on that.
But I just want to can we stay here for a minute? I want to show something, right? It's the fact that she didn't have a mother or grandmother to show her that dress, to show the importance of the dress, and how that dress was passed on, which is something called tradition. Nowadays, we're called the leave tradition. We spit at it. We don't even respect it. The same way, right, is parallel to the son not respecting the family business, wanting to only, like paving your own way. You can still pave your own way while working for the family. That never stopped you before. Like everybody done it before. To me, is a weird concept to where you learn all this stuff that's valuable and you can grow your own business with your family, but you apply it to a corporation that doesn't care about you. And then you're falling behind. That to me is weird. as Americans, we do have to get away from that because when you watch stuff, other rom-coms I suggest is like K-drama, like they keep it in the family. There is no problem that you go to college. When you come back from college, you work for the family. There's no question asked. You become a
And you
board member. And that's the thing, that's the big difference between our lives and somebody else's life. We do honor family businesses because we know that's how important that is. But for her, is she able to change? Yes, because she saw tradition, things that she just didn't know and was
yeah,
told to do.
it gave her more balance as a human too. That's what I liked about it. It gave her a lot. So she already got the boss aspect down, but she didn't have the tradition, the love, and all of that. So that's why I think she was a good fit for him.
Man, fuck tradition. I looked up the name of that town, whatever it's called, Sitka, Alaska. I ain't moving back to no, like, I ain't taking over no business. Man, it said like they got like 5,000 people in that village. So I would have been up out of there, man. Ain't no way in hell.
But
I'm moving back.
80% of their income goes to you, though.
That's true.
Dog, I couldn't do it, man. That's
What you
That's
mean?
like
like
What,
some
you
off the
married
grid
her?
shit. Even though the house was nice, it was decked out, man. They had eagles trying to steal the dog, man. That's too much like wilderness
We got
out
that
there
in
for me.
California. We got that in California too.
Yeah, nah, I can't do that. I could do Midwest, but you talk about Alaska,
yeah.
where you got to take a whole boat to get to your like location from a plane. Like, nah, I'm good.
Nobody can't do no Midwest. No, you don't want no Midwest.
I'll go straight to Ohio. Be like,
No.
look, we gonna start our tradition here. Like,
Dude, when it's hot, it's hot. No wind. That's one. Two, tornadoes, when you see it in person, it's nothing like on TV. It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to some.
Yeah, like Midwest is not, I wouldn't recommend. Sorry to anybody who live in Midwest, but nah, bro, no.
You
I'm
talking
saying
about
that little
Kansas,
town in
Kansas,
that they was
right?
at. Oh my bad.
That little town, that's Alaska.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I would do Midwest before Alaska. There's no way in
You
hell you
haven't
would live out there, Stan.
traveled there yet.
Nah, it's too, for one thing, isn't it day there for like 6 months straight?
For 12 hours, you're gonna be all right. Or 24 hours,
Yeah,
you're gonna be
nah.
okay.
Oh shoot.
There's certain places you guys will be fine.
And it's cold. The cold there is different.
Yeah,
Yes.
they got too many negatives. Like, definitely, man,
Yeah,
like
I know.
good. The family set up the business, so that would definitely be tempting. But
But you're
Yeah.
marrying into the family. Can you imagine? You already know where your kid's gonna be married.
I'd be
to.
like, man, sell it off, put it in a trust. I know how to invest now. Like you said, I'm gonna take the family in a whole new direction. Like, we gonna be investment arm
gotta
in like New York
build.
City.
What you gotta build? Maybe you want to build some more duplexes and move
Nah,
people
I'm-
in. You know what I'm saying? Get a
I know.
newspaper going in. Build a time machine.
I know Andrew and Margaret in that movie, their work ethic together as a couple would be insane.
Yeah, they about to come up, man.
I think that's the real definition of a boss couple. Like that type of archetype, them two.
Okay. Then how's that any different from any New York couples that we've seen already on TV? Like when you look at Friends,
Yeah,
right?
they usually,
Seinfeld. Everybody Loves Raymond. Because that was different because you met in the city, then you have to move to Jersey to have a family. Which is more realistic.
I think it's more realistic, yeah, but I gotta go back and see those because I don't know none of the occupations.
But he was a writer, and I don't know what she was, but then she got pregnant and they got 3 kids and she had to be a stay-at-home mom. But yeah, like but I think what like again, like a Hallmark movie, the Hallmark movie version would be that he was the boss and he had to slow down. This is interesting to see the woman have to slow down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one was rare, man, because it showed the whole like he actually had that background and stuff, but he was just humble. Like, he just wanted to actually execute some stuff, not be under his father's thumb. But she was the one that actually had to come up off everything. Because yeah, typically, like you said, it's always like the business guy around Christmas time. He evil as shit, fires everybody, then he goes to some little small town, meets some chick with like a kid. She touches
Hot
his heart.
chocolate.
Yeah, so yeah, it was the opposite on this one.
Yeah, like he really humbled her though, because she was soft. She got soft, real soft.
But was
Yeah,
that
this
just
kiss
him,
right here though, this was
Oh, go ahead, SJ.
no, I was just gonna say, hey, this scene right here where they forced him to kiss because at first, you
Yeah.
know, they had that awkward kiss. They was like, nah, man, y'all better step it up and kiss like y'all actually like each other. That's when he was like, okay, shit. He was like, man, you know, I could do this. That's when I would have cashed out. The jerk would have cashed out right here. I'd be like, listen, we can make this official. I'm gonna give you half that bread.
That was funny too. They
You
told him to tell
out,
him.
man. You've been in love. You know, like, oh, you know what? I'm about to do this.
Yeah, time she would have pitched the offer. I'd be like, how much you got in your accounts? Because I would have played it off like I ain't trying to get hit financially. I'd be like, hey man, I ain't trying to get taken. She'd be like, nah, you know, I'm good with the. I'd be like, yeah, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
She was like, let's go up to your family's house up there. I'm like, let's get married before then. Shit, I gotta lock this in. I ain't trying to fuck this up.
But she was wilding, risking that when she telling towards the end when she told immigration the truth and that they was lying. She was wilding. She like, you don't put me at risk like that.
No, but
Yeah, she definitely she put a lot on the line.
Yeah, but that's a movie. I think movies like this, there should be a disclaimer. Like it has to be a disclaimer. Like it got to be like break the fourth wall. Like please don't do this at home. This is only.
Yeah, like after all this they doing, she gonna tell immigration that it was all a lie.
But then they fell in love, and it's the real thing, and they're married. But I said again, this is only for a movie. Don't do that in real life.
Would you telling them to go through it?
What they should have went through it. At that point, they should have went through it because now it was real.
Yeah, because he definitely he was looking hurt up there. Like he was like trying to call her off. So he definitely wanted to move forward.
Yeah, that
so
nigga
his dad was it? Oh, was that?
I ain't never seen a nigga chase a plane. That nigga was trying to chase a plane to bring her back.
Yeah, he was trying to do that romantic shit. Hey man, stop the flight. He gonna go in there. That shit was gone. He was like, damn. Went back in the office.
Well, man, when the CB radios, that's a real thing. Like people still use CB radios. So my family was in Michigan, rich parts, right? Everybody sit in the front porch and everybody have CB radios, and I'm like, what's going on here? And that's how people they still have CB radios to communicate and talk. It's a real thing. So
out of like Sandra Bullock and his ex, man, which one do you think he should have went with?
Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
The only reason why is because Sandra Bullock represents the new life he built, but he also introduced her to his old life. So she's now to look at both and do both with him.
Yeah, I think I have to say that because for one thing, he has to choose Sandra Bullock. The other girl didn't even stay with him. She like, nah, Sandra Bullock. I put Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Because she gave the other girl a chance, and again, she dropped the ball.
What about you, Rush? You think he made the wise choice going with Sandra in this one?
I think they work out. Yeah, it was a good choice because both of them come from wealth, and combine the wealth together and have kids together. It'll be the nice, lucrative thing that they got going on together. So yeah, man, I think it was a decent choice that he wifed up Shorty.
Okay.
Yeah. And he knew everything about her too.
Yeah.
What?
There's a part 2 to the movie. There's a part 2.
Yeah, I know there's a part 2. I just saw that too when I was looking at these pictures. That's fact.
I didn't know they had a part 2, man.
No, there could be a part 2. I didn't know there was a part 2.
No, I saw pictures of it, but I don't know if it's fact. I don't know if that was fan made or.
Yeah,
the part 2 would have been for him to bring his black homeboy to Alaska. You know what I'm saying? When hot chocolate meets the snow. and they
Yeah,
have
I
no
don't think
place
movies,
to go.
I don't think movies, I don't
Proposal
think movies
2.
like this need a part 2 though.
No, but that been Proposal 2 when hot chocolate meets the snow and he had no place to go. Proposal 2.
He said the only Negro in Alaska.
You know, going when no one has gone before.
But yeah, here's the scene with him and his father, man. Yeah, his father was like cock blocking.
Yeah, he resented his father. He had daddy issues, like just like what's the name in Pretty Woman.
But you notice how she talked to him, right? She didn't punish him in Pretty Woman. They had that bubble bath, and she was right behind him, rubbing his head, massaging his feet and legs with her legs and feet.
She got
And just
paid to do
talking to
that.
him.
She
You
got
know
paid
what I'm
to do
saying?
that.
It was complete Delilah meets
Yeah, Stan acted like she did that shit on the humble, like
Yeah,
Stan,
she knew
you
what
go-
she was doing.
Stan, you can go get paid. You can pay to do that right now.
It's not the same thing when she's like, "Oh, baby, it was a hard day at work. What you working on?" Da 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 da. She
Oh
won't say
my
nothing that
God,
time,
Stan.
and then later she's like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, interesting business thing." But you see that this way he wants the same way your father wants it. You know, she came at him
No, Stan.
very
You never go.
like step by step.
No, Stan. You never go full simp. You never go full simp.
That wasn't full simp. You know that was
No.
that was straight up a lioness bowing down to her lion.
Nah. She did. Let's say if they got paid, yeah. If the lioness bring him up,
That's what it was. He came from work.
Oh,
She just like, you know what I'm saying? He know he liked her.
yeah, we,
Them high heel boots, them high boots, and was just like, you know, took over the elevator and just being just nasty.
that's
it's
a
damn
job.
shame.
She was doing her job. Yeah, she was great at her job. She was great at her job.
It was more than a job. She really liked him.
Eventually, yeah, I agree. She did really like him. I agree.
No,
She
liked him
eventually.
from the get-go. She drove the car. She drove the stick.
Knew she liked his car.
She drove the stick. It's a romantic story. How that look like today,
Oh
right?
my
What that look like
God.
today is like this. He met her on the IG, and she said, "Cash App me," and he did. And then they had a meetup, and then after that, she just wrote his whatever car they got, and then that's it. And here you go, Pretty Woman, 2026.
Yeah, but you got to act. You got an OnlyFans.
That's what I'm saying. They met up on Cash App. Cash App.
Oh no.
And then her friends like, and then her friend Jenny will be like, "You can meet nice guys if you just show pictures of your feet." There you go.
Just stay stupid.
It's a modern day fairy tale.
I agree with that part.
And so is this one,
that's-
modern day fairy
that's
tale. All of us got female bosses. She need documentation. We got Trump in the office.
You stupid.
Yeah, he looked like his father. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he looked like
Yeah.
that's the power move picture right there, man. That's the.
Mm-hmm.
Where was this when he was in the office?
Yeah. This is when he was in the office.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's when he knew like he had some leverage finally. He was like, all right.
Yeah. Once he found that he had leverage, that's when everything changed. He was the boss then, and she was the assistant.
That wasn't leverage. That was the power of the D.
Go ahead, say it again.
That was the power of the D.
But he ain't giving no
He
D.
ain't never smashed though. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't smash.
What you mean he ain't smash? He did smash.
No, he
mentally.
didn't.
No, he just smashed the whole movie.
No, he smashed her mentally. That's all he had to do now is the power of the D that's coming up next.
How would you say it was mentally though?
Yo,
I don't
look
think
at
he did that.
Dan.
If she was punking him the whole beginning part until
Yeah, but look at
she
that
was in
Dan,
trouble.
though. The beginning part was him scared, getting coffee, changing his shirt, and all the whole bunch of nine and being scared and terrified. This right here, okay, this is like 50 Shades of Grey right now. 50 Shades of Grey.
Stand stupid.
I just
Yeah,
think he
because
needed
he's
it.
like, I'm from
He
Alaska. I already take Dear Velvet supplements.
Yeah, I think right here he just knew the power shift, and he knew that she needed him. Like
Mhm.
like how she needed but she always needed him. The crazy part is she needed him the whole movie because the work he did as her assistant, she needed that too because
Yeah,
she was
that's why he
doing
never gonna
everything.
get. Yeah, that's why he's never gonna get the whatchamacallit, the promotion.
Yeah, because she wanted to keep him for herself.
And that's a real move. I mean, one time in my supervision with my supervisor, she told me that I will never get into management or get like into higher management because of two things. One, I'm doing my job well, so it makes her do well as a director. So they always
Yeah,
get a bonus, but I will never move up because she just like, yeah, that's why we always giving you a bonus.
yeah. That's why
And
if you
a
have an
lot of times,
assistant like he was, you don't want him to be the head editor or nothing like that because now you lose your best assistant.
yes.
You ain't lying, man. I forgot about that whole part of the movie. That's why I say, man, she was cold blooded until like she had that change of heart, man. Because she even, all the stuff she was kind of confessing. She was like, yeah, you know what? I was holding you back. I was about to let you move up. So yeah, it's like she saw homeboy as like property. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Isn't
saying?
that how we all are when we work for women, though?
She's like a pet.
I'll say people in general. I'll say a lot of bosses just think like that, man.
Yeah, it's like
They
I'm
want
not
to see
going
you
to
come up.
but
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to swing on a couple bosses.
famous. Allegedly,
That's when I
famous
knew I,
swing. It was not physical. It was metaphorically. He was saying allegedly.
it wasn't metaphorically. Nah, it wasn't metaphorically for me. I threw a whole kitchen set at one of my bosses. That's when I knew I gotta be my own boss. I gotta work for myself because I can't. It's hard for me to work under somebody, especially if they talking to me like.
Set, sir?
Yeah, that was that's way back in the days when I worked at This was when I worked. Was it Macy's? It was way back in the days. But I kept getting to incidents like this, like with different managers. This one I knew somebody can't talk to me like that. Like how she was talking to him.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. Like that's why I said I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's why I was like the stuff he had to
Especially if it's a
do.
man. Especially if it's a man doing that. I can't. No man can talk to me like that. Hell no. Because we still men at the end of the day. You got to respect me.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, SJ, we talk about managers. I was sharing with him a while ago. Like a lot of us are disgruntled when we hear the word leadership because a lot of us is like, man, everybody talk about they get these books and everybody go to these conferences, but we're the one that's meeting like, I'm not your boss, I'm your leader, but I'm like, no, you're the boss because you're gonna act like one in 5 days after you go to leadership conferences. But I mean, it's a messed up part of it because it's like a lot of times these people that's in these positions don't know, like on the other side of what we have to deal with. It's
And they abuse their authority too.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to do a job. I'm not here to you fucking be a slave. Like there's a difference.
You know what changed me from not want to be a manager again? One time, this great woman in HR, because I handle things by the book, right? And I don't like firing people because it makes no sense. Because when you fire somebody, I have to hire somebody, and that's another 3 to 6 months of training. I'd rather just move somebody to somewhere else because that makes more sense, and then bring somebody in that already know what to do, right? She told me one time, she said, look, as a manager, I just want you to know something, that if your people that under you want to sue you and the company, they can still sue you and the company. We're not going to protect you. And I was like, thank you very much. That was something I kept in the back of my mind. But yeah, I don't. When you look at it nowadays, managers like this is not going to survive. Like people are not having it. Like being a manager is dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. But Stan, you came late. What's your rating on this movie?
10,
Out of 1
10.
to, you said a 10?
A 10.
Damn, you get this movie a 10? This is why you like Back to the Future 3 so much.
You miss the concept of Back to the Future 3. and I understand why.
Hold
It's
on, man.
Wanted
no,
to end.
I want to know
Yeah.
why you gave this a 10. I want to know
yeah.
why you gave this a 10. Why is this a 10? Because I thought I gave it a 7. So I thought it
I,
was.
Yeah.
I give it a 10. You know why? Because it's a reflection of the time period. Each movie I
Oh, okay,
look at
okay.
it like, does it represent the time period? And it's like,
Okay.
just like Pretty Woman, I give that a 10 because the reflection of the time period. Because it was like, I believe 1988, 1989, they
Yeah.
filmed it, and then so they came out
1988.
in the
Yep.
90s, right?
It was
And then
1990.
Yeah,
so
1990.
like,
There you go.
and then you see the first thing you see is a prostitute being murdered in LA, which is true, right? And then you see all the hookers that's outside, which
Yeah.
now we don't see hookers like that. But that's the thing, that's how LA was back then, right?
hmm
And then I'm looking at this. So this is New York, 2010. Everybody got Starbucks. Everybody's working at these corporate jobs and these cubicles. So
hmm
it wasn't like somebody dreamed or made it like into a Barbie like dream house. Like this will real work look like, but like it's represents time period.
Yeah, and I think that's true. I wouldn't give it a 10, but for that, but I say that's the true. It does represent that time pick, and I think that was the height of the boss babe chick, the career driven chick. It started in the 90s, but I think it peaked at that time, like 2009, 2010, around
Yeah.
that time.
But do y'all think the mindset still are the same as it was in the movie, or would you say it's higher now with
No,
It's
Asa?
worse
I
now.
don't.
It's worse
It's
now.
I
It's
don't think
worse
it's,
now.
but I don't think it's with career. I think it's more with OnlyFans and stuff like that. People don't want to work. They don't want to be career in the office like that today. Like back then, they wanted to do that. I don't think they want to be in the office like that right now. I think they want to make it off the OnlyFans and stuff like that.
But
Oh,
if
so
you
you're saying
but if you were making it just like
Nah,
not OnlyFans, right?
I'm gonna
Oh,
give
go
you some
ahead.
pushback on that.
Okay.
Due to the leftist feminist movement, a lot of women are groomed to be a boss type babe. You know, they're getting these degrees.
Yeah, but not in the
Um,
office though.
a lot of them do have like office jobs
No,
where
they
they're
don't want those.
able to climb up through corporate America. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say a lot. There's are some, but I think women want to. They don't want to work at all today. They want the money for food.
I think it starts to settle in after their fifth year of working their dream corporate job. Like it's not something that they want to do. But by then, they're heavily invested. They got no man, and they ain't got no choice but keep driving. You know.
Yeah, but you see those women leaving. They leaving the office and stuff to do OnlyFans.
Nah,
They
that's
like,
the one. Whoa! I don't. You know what? I never read the stats on that, so
yeah,
I don't know about that. But
all right.
it do make sense though. You know what I mean? Like they would, quit their corporate job and sell, feet pics and for a living.
Yeah,
It's a lot
I
easier.
forgot. There's lawyers that's doing that. There's teachers that's doing that. They quitting their job. They just becoming OnlyFans models.
But I'll show how it looked like today. Today would have looked like, and this is why I'll say it would have been worse. You can see how she is putting her assistant in that position. Now they wouldn't put the assistant in that position because they want somebody who makes as much or higher. They'll look at the title. But how you'll get that man would be something different because how would you get somebody who has options, who don't need you to go ahead and marry you so you can stay in the States? That would have been a totally different movie altogether nowadays. Because she wouldn't have like if Sandra Bullock did this movie now, it would have been like Arnie would have been the guy that she was trying to swindle into it
Okay.
because he makes a lot of money. So I don't think.
You said she would have fucked Bobby, the one she fired.
Yeah, she would have been with Bobby. Yeah, she would have got Bobby because nowadays this women look at more titles. They want the money. They want the prestige. Because in this movie she did think like a man a little bit. She acted like a man. You get a subordinate that you can control.
Okay. Damn, there was something I was. Oh, like what Rush was saying. I do think a lot of females. I think if they get the top jobs, like they're executives and stuff, I think they do want those jobs. But if they can't get those jobs, like they're just like in a cubicle or something, it don't really have that prestige. I think that's when they will look at the OnlyFans and shit like that. But nah, if they in those like type of jobs like she was in this movie, and it kind of lines like with the field they actually want to be in, then I think they would prefer the boss chick route. But yeah, it's just when they get in those lower positions and they got to grind it out, they're like, I need this shortcut. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think that represents most chicks. Most women do not get that high position that she got.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
But look, like, again, I'm sorry, Rush. Go ahead.
Nah, I didn't say nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. If there's like another movie that we could see that, it'll probably The Devil Wears Prada, and also Working Girl. Because Working Girl, you saw the competition of somebody who was working in the cubicle, and she's trying to beat out her boss, who's another female, to get to a high position. And then Devil Wears Prada, she had to let go of her boyfriend to stay in her position, her job. Yeah. Her job matters more than anything in the world.
See, I think these movies like this, it paints the picture and it puts it in their head to be that. But most women don't make it to that top position like that. Those all carried by men. You don't see a bunch of women in Sandra Bullock's position. That's a very rare woman that got that type of position in the corporate field.
Yeah, they make her so cold too, because everybody ain't like that too, like just assholes. Especially nowadays, you be getting some lawsuits. They got them out there, but yeah, not all of them.
she was like shit. She was abusive.
I don't know. It's rare that you meet a nice boss. It's very rare nowadays. It's a blessing to have one. I think it's more like on us as employees to make sure the nice boss stays and make sure it becomes successful as a company so they don't leave.
You can meet some, but they outside work. They outside of work. They are nicer.
Yeah, but you're working with them. I don't want to meet my boss outside of work, right? I want to have a life outside of work. like I have this saying when I leave my job: run and be free. That's like when I leave, I'm like, run and be free.
Yeah, I remember I used to work. I'm like, everybody be hanging out after. I'm like, man, I see y'all 8 hours. I'm like, well, I don't want to see y'all right now. Like, they be hanging out and stuff. They told you want to go out and go to Applebee's and get some drinks and stuff. I'm like, listen, I just seen y'all for 8 hours. I don't want more time with y'all. That's enough.
Yeah, they be trying to do that. They be like, man, let's go do this. And I'm the same way. I be like, man, I like y'all. I get along with all my coworkers, but man, when it's time to go, man. Especially doing some drinks. It's like, man, you might get a little too loose and like, oh hell no, I ain't taking no risks.
I stopped that when I was like, I kept being invited to the HR for interviews. I'm like, what's going on? But not for me, because something else happens outside of work. I'm like, what's going on? Then when you find yourself a little gossip, I'm like, yo, I was only there for 1 hour. I'm a black man. I'm only there for 1 hour. And I'm out. Like, I don't stick around 1 hour. If it gets too crowded and too wild, y'all get 15 minutes out of me. After that, I gotta get out.
That's those people that don't got no life outside of work.
Yeah, I don't.
I think they be trying to do that cohesion stuff, but I don't think they understand the environment they setting up. Because especially like if you that type of dude that like, man, because all of us are pretty social and stuff. You know how to crack jokes, so man, that's how the people like one of them females gonna be like, let me try to mark my territory on this. Yeah, you don't put yourself in that zone, man. Get up out of there.
Female trying to mark her territory too. Is like, well, y'all not really dating. That's how like I lost a lot of like black male friendships at work because they'd be gone. I'm like, what happened? Don't worry about it. Then I found out from there was cracking like 5 females at work. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And they found out. I don't feel safe. He used me. I'm like,
yeah, and you're gonna end up like you mess with the wrong chick. You're gonna end up like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang. Boomerang when he walked in the office, and all the girls looking at him because Robin Givens was talking about him.
No, you gotta leave that alone, man. That's why I was like, your job. You don't play with that. That's why I avoid all those things. Unless we doing like a little lunch at the job or something. That's as far as it go.
We can't mess with nobody at the job, the workplace. That's a recipe for disaster. Because if it goes wrong, it's gonna go really bad.
Oh, I can tell you this one story happened 10 years ago at my job. I don't work there anymore, right? Dude was 6'6". Everybody was in love with him, right? After a month, something happened. One time the wife came in. I'm like, wait, you married? Wife came in and the staff cursed her out. They're like, yo, like nobody slept with your little micro dick husband.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
The women went off. Like we all had them. It was like it was the worst, and you want to be faithful to that. It was like they were ever pure filth. I was like, and the guy was so embarrassed he had to leave.
Crazy.
I bet.
That's
But
crazy.
he slept with a
homie
lot of
like
women at work, and they all was like cause I thought something was up because everybody used to be nice to him, and then he was walking by. They're like, "Make the fuck away from me." I was like, "Well, son, you guys hate him." But when she came in, like, "Who's sleeping with my man?" They're like, "What, Mr. Micro Dick?" I don't be that tall with a micro penis. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's some cold-blooded shit. Yeah, but that's why you leave that shit alone, man. That's I don't know why people play with their careers like that.
Yeah, definitely.
For Phil.
Not to get off topic. I saw y'all stream. I watched the whole thing with y'all were talking about what's his name, Papi Chulo and Game God Goldie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Y'all did a dope stream. I watched the whole thing. That was a dope stream, and Goldie made him expose himself.
Yeah, he did, man. He did a good line of questioning, you know, when he was like walking him down that. So nah, man.
Yeah.
I wish I would have held back because I definitely wanted you to come. I know you had some stuff. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
Game Cat. But that's how we gonna, you know, when we start doing our streams and stuff on Sundays, that's how we're gonna kind of do it, reviews and stuff. So yeah, nah.
Yeah, I want to join your channel, but y'all did a dope stream, and that was dope that he made him expose himself. You could tell all the lies he was telling and everything.
Yes.
He was just winging it, making it up as he go. He don't even know why he do the stuff he do.
Yeah, you could tell, like you said, he was making shit up. Cause like I knew he knew it sounded bad, and then when he's in front of somebody that's official, that's where he's like, oh no, you know, this is some game stuff I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, man, bullshit.
And the crazy part is Goldie asked him questions to make him expose himself. He did it smooth because he didn't try to come at him. He asked him just, you know, basic questions in a nice way and made him expose himself.
Nah, he sure did. Goldie did a good job because, man, he made him comfortable. He tried to he's like, yeah, man, you know, guys like us, I got our stuff. So he hyped him up a little bit. He was feeling himself. He was like, oh, I'm ready now. Goldie don't put the stamp of approval on me. Then he just, like you said, he walked himself off a cliff. Yeah,
that his the outfit he had on was like Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, I heard it. You said he looked like the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. Hey, you saw like the big clock. Everything was like, man, okay. He can dress. I give it to him. He can dress. But I saw right through it. I'm like, yo, man, you got a theme on you. Like if you wearing the Queen of Hearts, but you passing out money, what happens when they're not obedient? Is it off of their heads? And that's how I read it.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gotta overcompensate.
Yeah. That shit is sad though, man. Cause my thing is, because he said on a couple panels, like, oh man, you know, I could do $1 million day with a chick. I'm like, man, if you spending $1 million, you dumb. Like, I'll go buy 2-3 townhomes and I'm taking that chick to Chili's. Like, I ain't about to be spending.
Yeah, you rich. You know, like if somebody rich and they got stocks in the place like Chili's, that's what they're gonna eat. They're gonna eat at Chili's. They got stock.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like what the Papi Chulo dude thinks he talks about is that he talk about being irresponsible.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
That's teaching men to be irresponsible with their money.
Because one of the things, like, there's a couple of them. They be like, oh, man, you know, I just eat steak dinners all the time. I'm like, man, first of all, you're going to get a heart attack doing all that shit. But, man, don't know people with no money be going out like that all the damn time. So, you know, it's just like you said, it's just irresponsible. Because it's like, if you could send a chick $20,000, man, go buy some stocks. Man, you guys can still go hang out at a nice place. But it's like, man, expand your wealth. And plus, he got like 2 kids I seen. You know, it's just like, man, instead of... Yeah, it's like if I'm...
Never see him talking to his son? Telling his son to do the same thing. He has videos where his son telling him to tell his son to give a girl $10,000.
Yeah,
and that's fucked up. Go ahead, Rush.
I think you still got that video clip too, bro.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah, he teaching his son that too. Like, what do we do with women? His son saying the same thing he do. I'm like, his son gonna get. Look, woman gonna use his son like crazy.
But my whole thing with these dudes, man, and man, really, they're just infatuated with like females, man. And it's before I go and trick off all this money and I had kids, they're gonna have like a real estate portfolio, investments, a trust. There is no way in hell I'm gonna be throwing money at females and I got kids and a legacy. I don't give a fuck how much money I got. Man, we gonna have boats, beach houses and shit where we could go vacation. So yeah, for him to put this out there, it's nonsense, man. That's why I got smoke for all these dudes, man.
It's a very irresponsible message.
But what y'all? So I know we gonna probably close out soon on this one, man. So what's the takeaway? What's your like closing message on this one?
It's a great. I think it was a good film. You know, it shows he was sucker free through the film, so that was a good message. That's how you gotta act. But I think the whole message of the film was just the career driven woman. You should to women. I think women should be the Sandra Bullock towards the end of the movie.
Nah, that's facts.
Don't be
my takeaway is just like man, you could be successful and still be a good person. Cause I think, man, a lot of times people just get so self-centered, man. So I think that was one of the messages also. Like, it just showed that self-centered nature where it's like, man, I'm gonna do anything to like survive, whether it's like taking people out, taking advantage of them and stuff. So I see a lot of that mentality playing out nowadays. And then it's just like, man, everything needs to be like, I gotta be the center of attention. Just even showing like the weddings and stuff. So it's just like, I think people do need to change and get back to normalcy, like what Stan pointed out, where the part where you're talking about tradition, that is missing, where it's just like, hey man, instead of spending all this damn money, man, like pass down some shit. It's all right to wear something somebody else had and have some traditions and stuff, and stop blowing all this money on all this crazy shit and stop treating people like shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it had some good messages in there, man. That's why I kind of wanted to do it, because it had the career component, and a lot of people are in that dynamic nowadays. So it's just, man, I thought it was good that we kind of go over this and stuff.
Yeah, this was geared more. This one was geared more towards the woman than the man. You don't think so?
Because for the men, it's the taming of the shrew. It was very Shakespearean.
Like how?
Taming of the shrew. He tamed her.
Yeah, that's about to say. He was sucker free. So he saw
the men to know, like, no matter how hard a woman works, and no matter how she thinks she needs to go somewhere, sometimes you gotta anchor her life.
Stan, do you think that because do you think this is happening more and more with like everybody having to work now because of the economy, like this type of dynamic?
Because you know what, especially with AI, right? If you want to have a man and you want to have a family, and you and be realistic, right? You're gonna need somebody to balance you. Like, that's why men could go ahead, make a lot of money, be a director or CEO or whatever, or COO, and marry the maid or marry the stripper from the last movie from last week, Pretty Woman. Because
no, don't do that. Never.
Because that woman, when she gives you that bubble bath, or that man give you the bubble bath and y'all sit in that tub and they give you that back massage and they like listen to how your day went and just ask you some questions.
Stan, bubble bath was your love language. You keep talking about this bubble bath scene.
Yeah, Stan was feeling that bubble bath. We might have to mute him up, Rush. No.
That's his love language. Bubble bath is Stan's love language.
Stan was feeling that bubble bath scene. Stan was in love, boy. Stan was probably.
That's what he got her. That's what I'm saying. Like she wasn't no CEO. She wasn't a princess. She was just a woman who parents lost a job and was real America from Georgia, and a lot of times, real America, corporate needs to meet real America. I think a lot of times you just so much in corporate world that you don't know how the real world runs. And changing the environment changes you a lot. It slows you down.
Yeah, but they don't need to be positive.
Yeah.
You don't need to meet that America to know what's going on.
A lot of
So-
times, sometimes I think right now we already are prostitutes already. I don't date no man who take me to Applebee's. God take me to what's the one they like, the one with all the shrimp and lobsters and stuff like that. It's like you're a prostitute for food. That's everything my mother told me. She's like, I'm giving up for a hamburger. She's gonna send me to Haiti and trade me off for a cousin. Like, like you giving out dick for a hamburger? Oh hell no!
That's wild.
So you saying like, man, that prototype of the movie is like, man, we already on some transactional prostitution
Yeah, we already
shit.
there.
Like, nah, that's what I was kind of saying. I was like, man, when you kind of look at stuff, how it's I was like, the good thing about her, man, and I think the writer in the movie was trying to paint like, she's supposed to be the transactional one, but she was ready to walk away for some money. She turned down the condo, so in a way, like she was kind of better than some of the how the women kind of operate nowadays, man, because they
Yeah,
takers.
Yeah, that's what we discussed.
Yeah.
The only problem was she was a prostitute. If
I can't get past that. Stan trying to romance that piece.
If you take that part away, she was perfect.
She was already perfect.
Not being a streetwalker.
She was already perfect. Just like Sandra Bullock. We don't know what Sandra Bullock had to do to get in that position. They might have been a chance. She is the pretty woman. She's the current pretty woman in 2026.
But we don't know. We can't talk about what we don't know.
Because she's a boss babe. She, you know what I'm saying? She was on IG selling makeup and pink sauce. And then somebody went ahead like a Mace went ahead and signed a contract, and she made it, and she hustled and all this other stuff, and now she's a big girl in a big city running things because everything is transactional. And
you giving her a whole backstory. So you can stand. You giving her a whole backstory. You know, we didn't see.
So it was a pretty woman, but there was no man. But then there's a man because she needed something from a man. And there was a man, and then she gave up her heart. This is a pretty woman in reverse.
No, there was a lot of men in Pretty Woman. She was a streetwalker. So there was a lot of men in her life.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of men in New York City. That's what I'm saying. That's why his ex-girlfriend couldn't leave Alaska. Because, again, she'll come to Alaska from Alaska. They'll stay together for 1 year and a half. They'll break up. Then she meets Maurice. Then they have a little baby, Maurice Jr. Then she meets Ricardo from the Bronx. And she got Ricardo.
Stan, you writing a whole new script for all these characters.
Yeah. He said she gonna get with a black dude and a Puerto Rican.
Then
said Ricardo from the Bronx.
Then she'll be a waitress in Little Italy in Manhattan, and then she'll meet a white guy, and they'll move up to Boston or upstate New York. So like, so that's why she had to stay in Alaska. So Sandra Bullock was already a pretty woman, didn't trust the men. She was like, she got sugar daddies because New York City is full of them. And that was it. And now she's a high power editor for some kind of publishing house that Disney hasn't bought out yet, or Scholastics, allegedly. And then and then she fell in love with her secretary like a man would.
That is pretty mannish, though.
Mm-hmm. And you notice how they talk in that shower. Again, you see how water works? Bubble bath, shower.
That's your love language.
Yeah.
That's his love language.
So Stan, that bathtub scene in Pretty Woman, you're saying that was more or less like a therapy session?
That was a baptism.
Stan go crazy for a bubble bath. Imagine
a baptism.
And like the shower was a baptism for them too.
So why you say that? You gotta break that down.
Water washes away everything, makes you vulnerable. You safe. You safe and you're vulnerable and you naked. So there's trust.
Stan going straight to hell.
Yeah. That'd be.
That's all I do. I know this body language.
Stan said a baptism.
So Rush, what's your closing thoughts on that?
After that?
Well, my thoughts on the film are, listen, man, I feel like the focal point of the film was, the Sandra Bullock being a boss babe, but um the secretary, which was the dude, end up having full leverage within the film. Um, after she found out that she's about to get deported and all that, so that kind of changed the power dynamic within the film.
Mhm.
So it's pretty much kind of like giving a message to the women that are going towards the boss babe route or whatever. Like, yo, sometimes, man, you never know what life got to hand you, man. You get caught up in the bind, and you might have to lean on somebody to look out for you, man. And it just turns out her secretary end up looking out for her. She couldn't call up her mom, her dad, brother, sister. She had to put trust into a complete stranger, man. And that was probably her best decision she made in the film. So, like, yo, for all you pretty chicks out there that got like mad options, man, don't waste your time, man. If you got somebody that's gonna look out for you now, you know what I mean? Yo, let the nigga, you know what I mean? Let the nigga woo you and have a happy ending, man, cause it's gonna be looking real rough out here in a few years from now, man. Word is born, man. All right. It's your
Right.
boy Rush.
Wait.
aka
We gotta pick the movie for next week. You ready to get off?
Oh,
That
Yo,
was a
my
fire
bad,
though.
man, my
I like
bad.
his breakdown though, man. That was a good summary, man. I think that was the best
Yeah,
like capture of
yeah,
that
Russell.
because Stan was on some bullshit. So I'm with his water message.
Yeah, Stan was making
You
up
know
the whole
what?
script.
You know
Stan made up a
what?
whole new
It's
script.
like a hopeless
I'm gonna say
romantic type
this.
dude,
This
man.
week, when y'all girlfriends and wives sit down and give y'all a bubble bath, just know I was right.
But yo, I got look 500 days of summer or four weddings and a funeral. Which one? Because I think there's a lot of simping going on in both of those.
You pick it, man. Y'all pick it. I picked this one.
Oh, I think we should do 4 weddings and a funeral. How about you, Rush?
I want 500 days in the summer. I think that's gonna be a lot of simps in there. And we gotta
All
we
right.
gotta go in on these simps, man. No mercy on these
Yeah,
simps. Man.
that's like the friend zone simp. So we can do that. 500 days of summer.
And then we'll do the other one. We'll do that the following week.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we'll do it like that.
4 funerals and a wedding. I mean, 4 weddings and a funeral.
Yeah.
Word,
I saw that.
word.
And that's some,
So
there's some big
what's the
simping
name of the
going on
movie?
there. 500 days of
500
summer.
days in the summer.
Okay.
Wait, were they
500 days.
really simps or were they just horny?
What simps are, honey?
But they were looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, but they ain't get it. Yo, I'm telling you, I know 4. I seen both of these once, so I'm gonna go. I gotta watch it over to get it, fresh in my mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out this week.
Yeah, I definitely gotta take some notes on those because there's a lot. It's a lot going on in those movies.
Man, yo, guys, thanks for coming through. This was another classic episode, man. I appreciate it, man. Yo, man, it's your boy Rush getting ready to sign out. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free, man. Word is born, man. Thanks, y'all, man. I catch y'all on the flip. You heard? One.
All right,
Appreciate it. Take your bubble baths.
yeah.
Right?
All right.